What's good, everybody? You ain't seeing a ghost, you're seeing in front of you. The Rangers of the Grid are back. It's episode 42.
Yep.
It's been a few weeks, almost nearing a month.
Almost a month.
Nearing a month. And
Yeah.
like we've mentioned to you before, life happens sometimes, right? Like real life hits.
hmm
And when real life hits, you have to make pivots, you have to switch up some things. And like even the social medias has been kind of low because what's there to post about? Like there hasn't been a ton, like we're gonna talk about it later, but there's not even a ton in the Power Rangers world,
Yeah.
to really get into. But Marcus, I feel like this part I have to pass to you.
Yeah. So last time, I think like a few episodes ago, which is still like normally it's like just a couple weeks, but really it's been like a month and a half. I was talking about how, we were gonna be kind of not hit and miss, but not as frequent with episodes because my grandpa's on hospice. Well, a couple weeks ago, it took a turn for the worst. And 10 days ago today, 10 days ago today, literally, he passed away. So he passed, and we knew it was coming. So it was a lot of like, let's just get stuff ready, you know. Wrote the obituary, made like the card, all this stuff. So, got it done, and we just had his funeral on Tuesday. Monday we had the viewing. Tuesday was the funeral. So it's like that's kind of done. Now life is setting back, so it's kind of time, get back to normal. Try
Yeah,
to get
get
back
back
to
to
normal. Or as the
you know
Rangers would say, back to action.
get back to action, get back to what is now the new action, right?
Yeah.
Because things are different now.
hmm
Any death usually leads to new, right? It's automatically
hmm
new, right? Because now, sad as it is the first time like all these things will happen, like
Yeah.
just in general, right? It could be a simple I know your family's big on Sunday, like dinner type stuff,
hmm
simple thing like that, right? Like it's all new, man. It's a tough road to navigate, but I know you're strong, man. You're strong enough to get through it. And you kind of have to, right? You don't really have a choice.
Yeah. That's just kind of like what it is. It's like you can't stop.
No,
That's a luxury he done got,
no,
especially
yeah,
when
you don't
everything
have a
else is
choice.
going down. Like I told you yesterday, ordered my cap and gown graduation. I still got that. And I still got 6 more weeks of school.
Yeah, like
I got to
not
finish
like
strong with that work.
things don't stop.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's also true, right? Like things don't stop, man.
hmm
Um, it's a wild thing to think about, right? Things don't stop. Um,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like we've talked about it before. Like
hmm
it's not a bad thing, you know. Uh, does it suck sometimes? Heck yeah, it does. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's not terrible. So getting off that, right? Because that's kind of a downer
Oh, it's a
subject.
downer.
That's about as downer as it gets. Let's talk about just like everything going on in some fandoms. There's a couple things I thought were super interesting. Uh, I brought it up to you the other day, but Street Sharks. I just feel like that's like a interesting topic to talk about because Street Sharks was only like one season.
Yeah.
Like it's a really short part, right? And I know we're a Power Ranger podcast, but this falls into the era.
Oh no, 100%. This was like, because let's be real, the 90s was the era. uh X-Men,
Hmm.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Batman, Power Rangers, and then in that Ninja Turtles. Even though Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles was 80s, the 90s we got to see all the like knockoffs in a sense.
Pretty
You know,
much. So like that's
Battle
why
Toads, Street Sharks, Cowboys, and like what was it, Cowboys of the Mumessa? Like
yeah,
actual
something
cow. You
like
remember
that.
them?
Something
Like
like that. Mystic
them,
Knights.
yeah. Missing Knights, VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs, Beetleborgs Metallic. There's a
But
lot.
Street Sharks is really like a niche product when you really think about
Yeah.
it. But it did have like an everlasting, I feel like, staying power. And I brought it up because their Mattel is re-releasing the series. And they're
Mhm.
starting off with 3, which is smart, right? Start off with 3. They're starting off obviously with you can say the guy who I always thought had the coolest saying, "Jawsome." Right? Like he always
Yeah.
had a really good saying. And I just think it was funny. Like they're putting them out, 3 of them at a time, 30th anniversary box. Like it's the same box as the
Yeah.
original.
Just like
But
they do
dude,
with the Ninja Turtles, like the retro ones.
sure. But have you ever seen the price of an original Street Shark?
No.
It's just like $700.
Okay.
Out of the
Okay.
box is like 250.
Mhm.
So it's gonna bring
Damn,
that
Street
value
Sharks.
down a little bit. Well, dude, like they were actually really popular. Dude,
They
remember there
were.
was things that were really popular, and I think they were popular
Mhm.
amongst kids, but maybe like people weren't able to buy them. Maybe they weren't able to afford
Oh,
them. For whatever reason, they didn't really have a long life.
yeah.
And Street Sharks is another one of those things, dude. It didn't have as long a life as like we would hope. But now that that's out, I just thought it was interesting because, like, my brother thought we were talking about. I was telling him about it, and he was like, "Dude, do you remember?" And he at the time was like 11.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you remember that one time when like he goes, I threw a fit because mom wouldn't buy me one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I remember." Because by the time he was 12, he was already 6 foot tall, right? Like
Damn.
get about to hit 6'2", right? Like so,
Damn.
like he's 11. He's my dad's height, about 5'10",
Mhm.
right? Big ass kid in the toy aisle throwing a fit. My mom was like, "Shut up," because he's bigger than her. Like he's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100 yeah.
Big ass wanted a toy.
Dude, wait. Hold up. Sorry. It had 3 seasons.
Oh, did it? It felt like not like that many.
But I think you know why? I've noticed that with like a lot of this, like going back and watching like these seasons of Rangers, especially like these older ones.
Hmm.
There's certain things, yeah, I remember, and then other ones I'm like, oh wait, this was a thing, you know?
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it's
like I
just
think some things
tough.
feel like with Rangers. Like I'll be honest. Like especially Mighty Morphin, those 3 seasons, there's a lot in there. Like I remember when I bought like the DVDs of them, watching them, I'm like, oh my god, this is a lot. And some of it I felt like I was watching for the first time.
Yeah,
So I think that's just
like
kind of like because we're like kids, so it's like it doesn't seem that much or it doesn't seem that long. It just was like, especially when something was kind of like here and then it was gone, you know?
hmm
But yeah, dude, it lasted from 94 to 97.
I don't remember it that long.
I I don't either, but I just looked it
Maybe
up right now
that's why
because
it went away.
could be. I just found this out because I wanted to look up so remember when they got the black guy in the group and then he was a killer whale? Moby Lick.
I don't remember it.
Uh, I
To be
remember
honest,
that.
I don't remember it. But like, so I found it very interesting, and like everything hits hard on the 30-year mark, huh?
Oh yeah.
Like the 30 year for Power Rangers, truth be
Mhm.
told, was almost like it's now, right now, we're in what, March 21st when we're recording
Mhm.
this, 2024. It's actually bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet because as cool as the 30th special was, even the 30th season was great.
What was there to celebrate?
After, like,
Mhm. Or even during.
yeah, like we didn't really get anything. Like we didn't get any of these like 30th anniversary special release figures, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What do you think about this?
No, it is a definite letdown, especially seeing how, let's be real, Power Rangers has had a resurgence since their 10 years ago at the 20th. We reference
Mhm.
that all the time because look at all the Red Rangers they redid, and the White Ranger, and the green, and the gold. They did some of those special ones, 6 Rangers in that group. But it was like that happened for the 20th. And then even the 25th, that's when they were doing the legacy collections and all
Yeah.
those. And then they had special branding on those, like the stickers with the 25th. It was like, hey, somebody's gonna have these special stickers on there. So at least
Yeah.
it was still something. And then now it was just like boom. Now 5 years later, it's like oh yeah, here's a Netflix special. That's it.
That's it,
No
right?
real,
Like,
no real advertisement for it. And then it
yeah,
was,
that's what I'm saying.
and then even like um Dino or Cosmic Fury, but like I get, it was during the strike and all that, but still, you ain't gonna promote nothing. You're not gonna like, because they had stuff they could have promoted that well before. It's like I told you today, and I know we're gonna get into this later, but it's like they used to put out toys and stuff for the upcoming season before the previous one was even done.
Well,
So it built
Marcus,
up this
what was
like
the season where, like, you vividly remember that? I remember there was one that you
Lost
pointed out one
Galaxy.
time. Yes. Yeah.
Because I just remember because the box was the same. Let's be real, like because it was space theme, galaxy and space. So it had like that kind of like space with the little dotted stars and all that, and the
Mhm.
logo was exactly like in the font was the same, except I think it was they changed the color to green instead of the blue, and it said Lost Galaxy. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's this? Because I remember someone got a Quasar saber for their is at a birthday party I was at. I remember everyone was like playing hide and seek, and I'm just I went to his room. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what the heck is this? And seeing the different like suits on it.
You're
I'm
like,
like, oh,
"What
they
the
got
heck? How do I get one of these?"
hey. And what's funny, literally, I think that following weekend, either or that day or the next, sometime sooner after that, my mom went to the mall,
Uh-huh.
and she's going. You remember that store, the Avenue? It was right next to KB Toys, that women's store.
No, because I didn't go in
Anyway,
there.
so, well, my mom was going over there and she's like, well, you can go look at KB Toys and everything. You can pick something out that you want. I'm like, oh, sweet. Bro, so she over in that store. I literally walked into KB Toys. I found the Quasar Saber, picked it up, walked out of KB Toys with it
Hey, you got the
to the,
powers?
hey, to the next store to like the Avenue. And I told my mom, this is what I want.
Okay, now I remember vividly, like, doing that before, like, walking out with something because
Hmm.
and I didn't mean to steal it, obviously,
Yeah.
but, like, to show my mom something,
Hmm.
it's weird how that just happened and, like, they didn't say nothing. I remember my mom flipped out at me.
Yeah, my mom did the same thing. She was like, did you just say? I was like, well, you said,
Yeah, and,
you
like, you
know,
didn't mean it,
find
like,
something that you want, and I'm just showing you this is what I want.
yeah,
Sorry,
like
hey, sorry for listening to you for once. Like, I'm showing you what I want. It's like, well, go put it back. And I just waited in that store for my mom until she was done. So I was like, I'm just holding on to it. And guess what? Walked back in there, paid for it like nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's no alarms that went off or nothing. So yeah, it's crazy how that would happen, how that did happen.
but, like, they didn't really you're right, they don't say I don't remember them saying stuff to me either, though.
Yeah. Hey
Even
man.
though, like, now, like, I'm a little worried I'd be worried.
Oh heck yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think also one, it
And
was
my
the
job's gone.
90s. Or two, also it's just like, hey man, that's KB Toys, and maybe that's why they're not around anymore.
Dude, like,
Hey,
low
they're just
key,
letting people walk out with it.
I used to like them a lot.
Oh, they were great.
I felt like they were the best, to be honest.
Hmm.
Like, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I really like them.
Toys R
Like,
Us seemed too like grand to me in a sense. Because remember they used to have those like shells with the giant glass, and there was like all the lights, so it was like super bright.
yeah?
Like I remember seeing those and thinking like just kind of being blinded by them. And then like KB Toys was cool because it was like smaller and it was more condensed. Everything was just boom, boom, boom right there, eye level.
No, like you're right, Marcus, because KB Toys R Us was like cool because like it's Toys
Mm-hmm.
R Us. I
Yep.
do remember they were always a little more expensive.
Yep.
Uh, and it was cool because of like so much. Like to be honest, like it was overwhelming at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like my mom used to
Almost
just
sensory
drop
overload.
me off. She used to just drop me off. Like
Dang.
it got to the point she'd just drop me off, dude. Like she would drop me off because she's like, I know you're like wanting to look at everything. Like, go ahead. I'm gonna be like outside. Like, go ahead and do your thing. And like I'll come in. I think she'd like sometimes like come in like 5 to 10 minutes. So you got like 5 to 10 minutes.
Nice.
But okay. And
But
it's
yeah,
like especially like with those Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments there.
bro, my mom would drop me off in the mornings, and then she'd be like, "All right, call me when it's done." So then I go over to like actually that's what I used to do. Take my little chubby self across the parking lot over the Wendy's, get that 99 cents junior bacon cheeseburger, some nuggets. Hey, get those after the
Because hey, you
tournament.
had to eat.
Well, yeah, dude. Like I didn't eat before the tournament, so I was hungry. The boy's putting in work. Then
Oh, yeah.
go, hey, then walk back across over to Rayleigh's. Hey, hit that payphone to collect call. Mom, I'm done. Come pick me up.
Heck of fast, huh?
Yeah.
So
Please
you
record
better
me
make
with
it
the call.
quick.
Mom, I'm done. Come pick me up. Just boom.
You better make it quick.
And guess what? To hang out there for about 5 minutes. Oh, there she is. Cool.
Yeah, because y'all ain't that far, especially then, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like I remember that stuff too, but KB's, do you remember the Marcus, what was the place called where they held Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments there in the mall?
In the
Did you
mall.
ever did you ever do one in the mall?
No, I think I
Really? I
remember that
remember the one in
store.
the mall.
It was kind of like where like Journeys. It's like that massage place now.
I mean, I haven't been in the mall in a while, so I don't really
I
know, but
Yeah, I haven't been in a few months, but I think if I remember correctly, it was that place right where like Journeys is at, like around the corner by it, kind of across from Finish Line. Because I
really?
remember that was the only play. That place was the only one that had like the Yu-Gi-Oh movie pack cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real?
Uh huh.
I don't remember that. Sorry, my
Oh, you
my
good?
headphones kind of going in and out.
Oh, you good,
So
dog?
I'm messing with it. Give me a
Hey,
second. I'm
hey,
messing
hey.
with it.
At least the picture ain't going now. You know,
Already
we ain't chopped and
bugging your
screwed like in
boy.
41, dog.
Sorry. But it's all good, man. We can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
Holla if
you.
you hear me.
I holla.
And I'm in. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that.
No, you good. Hey, like I
All
said
right. Cool.
before, as long as your picture wasn't going out, we fine.
Uh, but yeah, that was a sick one. We're almost 20 minutes in. Let's get into some Ranger talk because,
Yeah.
like I said before, there's not
Mhm.
a ton going on.
Nope.
There's really not. It's pretty dead right now for Rangers.
Mhm.
And you know, what we're talking about is like I feel like we might be making something big out of nothing. But
But it's
it's
something.
interesting. It's interesting. There was a Twitter post that said, you know, talking about a supposed leaked script from Netflix for
Mhm.
2025 film. And everyone's harping on this 2025 because the directors that are supposedly signed on for the film have made like little comments about even on like Instagram posts of things,
Mhm.
right? That like 2025 things are coming. And like it's all we've been hearing, right? And
Yeah.
with Hasbro, who we went in on before recently, I feel like um they basically finally gave a real response to someone and
Oh.
said because yeah that they gave a real response to a fan finally that said, man, I wish like basically like you would have more Power Ranger stuff, like because you know like I said before, they're always promoting GI Joe,
Mhm.
Transformers, right now like Marvel Legends,
Yeah.
some X-Men 97 stuff, right?
Mhm.
Which
Which, by
I
the
need
way,
to
is
get into.
freaking. It's so good.
Oh, I've heard it's so good, which
I
is
watched
gonna
it this
be like
morning.
annoying for me. It's gonna want me to get into the figs. Uh, They look sick.
Yeah.
I already see them at stores. They look awesome. I may or may not have hit a Magneto recently at Walmart, possibly today.
So you did. I love
Allegedly.
X-Men though, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I've always
Oh,
loved
me
them.
too. It's gonna make me put up all my Toy Biz 92 I have. I have like 20 figures.
Oh, okay.
Remember? Yeah, I stacked up like 20. I always
Oh, that's right.
contemplated, do I keep them? Do I sell them? I think
That's
I'm just
right.
gonna
That's
start
right.
putting them
That's
up and collecting
right.
more.
I remember now.
Perfect timing. And if I get the 97s, they're gonna look great together, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta tell my wife that. But with everything going on, Hasbro basically told this fan that until there is new new entertainment show, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the product is on ice, which I find interesting. And before we jump into the script, like, hey Marcus, how much Dino like Fury product did you see, or you know of Cosmic Fury, excuse me, Cosmic Fury? How much Cosmic Fury product was there?
This and the like role play set of Zados, like Zenith Ranger with like the half mask and the little
And the
tiny dagger. Not it wasn't stout, it was just a little tiny dagger.
and a
That was it.
Megazord that you could only get on Amazon.
And it's only on Amazon because it's the Sentai version and not the Comic Fury version. Oh wait, no.
No,
It was the
no,
Cosmic. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. My
yeah,
bad.
but
You're
it
right.
looks different and it's smaller and not as cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just the facts, right?
100%.
Okay, so
It's like a
when
like I know I said this about remember when they made the new WWE heavyweight like Rollins title. Oh, I said that.
yeah,
Remember what I called it?
nope,
It's the here, here, man, damn, take it. That is that title, but I didn't say man. You know what I say? Here, damn, take it.
yeah,
That's how I felt like they treated these. Cause look at this, dude. Look at this. Let's say, man.
no
Oh
love
wow.
sandwiches like at Subway.
Nah, dude,
Although,
Subway gave me food poisoning 2 weeks ago. We beefing.
oh,
Yeah.
and
So
I
bad.
call them no love sandwiches too.
Oh, I know, because I got it with that spinach. I think that's that spinach that did me in anyway.
Spinach.
Mm-hmm. Spinach from a pork chop.
But hey, anyway, Subway, if you offered us some type of deal or something, we take all this back. You'd be the
Mm-hmm.
best. You all the love sandwiches here. Love
I
is
mean, no
blind,
meatball
not with
club.
you. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
love is blind, not with Subway. Love is in your mouth. Eat up. Slogan all day. I'm ready. I can do these all day.
Hey.
But anyways, so they basically said it's on ice and we're waiting for like new
Mm-hmm.
entertainment or anything like that, which is kind of BS because you had Cosmic Fury, probably one of the
Yep.
best seasons. Bro, I loved it. So
It's so good. It's so
yeah.
good.
So and I mean, God, all the women empowerment, you think they would have been putting out a freaking Hunter Dino figures all day.
Right?
Red Ranger, wild. Um, but the now back to this leak script stuff. Supposed leak script. I showed it to you. You said you saw it, you
Yep.
found it.
Yep.
The supposed script would be it's basically Mighty Morphin reboot.
Yes.
And I believe they're not in Angel Grove.
No.
The names are not all the same as the OGs, although a few are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 5 Rangers, no Black Ranger, Green Ranger's there as the lead.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tommy turns on the team, but somehow I don't know if they add another member or what, but he ends up back with the team by the end. Thoughts?
To me, it's all about execution. And I'm the person that always says, like, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how they do. Because I always bring this up. Heath Ledger Joker. Everyone's hating on that. Homie did it. Oh my God, he's the greatest one of all time. No one can do better than him. All that,
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck Batman. Oh, hell no. Guess what? He was awesome as Batman. Not in the Joss Whedon's Justice League, but in his stuff, though, he was great. I think this is really one of those things where it's like, let's wait and see. You got to wait and see. And this is when I also get mad at the franchise and bring this up again. Because it's like, people are already hating on it.
Now, is that the franchise or is it the fandom?
No, fandom. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
The fandom.
Yeah. And it's weird because like we haven't had a ton of hate, right? At all. Ever on us. At least I don't believe. But the fandom really is like dark. I don't want to say dark, but like kind of bad for Power Rangers, especially on Twitter. And like I know everyone always says like Twitter is like whatever, but it's not for everything. But for that, it really is.
Yeah.
Like they get real mean about stuff. Like honestly, I'm not surprised that they would reboot Mighty Morphin, because why wouldn't you reboot the most successful thing, most popular thing? But the fact that they want to put their own spin on it to make it somewhat different already has me intrigued.
Yeah.
Like,
because this is the thing. We're going to go into it thinking, getting mad if they were to keep it, Tommy, Jason.
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But you know what I'm saying? If it went with those, the original 6, people are going to get mad that if it's, well, they didn't do this the right way or they did this differently. Said the same thing about 2017 movie.
Well, I think a really good example of beating your expectations for a movie, to me, and I'm going to use recent memory because I'm a human and I have recency bias like everybody else, is The Batman.
Yes.
With Robert Pattinson.
100%.
Dude, I think almost the entire internet crapped all over the casting of him as Batman. Colin Farrell's Penguin. Like, there were so many, I feel like, things against it. The Riddler as the first villain. And when we saw the first picture of him, we were like, what? Right? And then I watched the movie and my mind was blown. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've watched it since. Like, out of like pure pleasure.
Yeah.
Like, that was the single most realistic Batman ever.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. And like, it's not close.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to wait to see how things are executed.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know what I like real quick?
What's up?
That I hope they do with this, because they really did it with 2017, by the way. It's just we don't give 2017 that much credit, right? The Batman went what we call realistic, which as when you go the closest besides that is the original Batman, right? From being somewhat realistic, the original one, right? But as the 90s went, we got like further and more futuristic, because that's what the 90s was heading into the 2000s, correct? Because we're gonna have flying cars, the Jetsons said.
Hey, rave culture.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. La da 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 da.
Gotham is literally just basically all lit up in like black lights and random colors. Like,
oh yeah, they're playing "Be My Lover" at all times. Looking back on all the time as we together. Yeah, like that's what's playing all the time. You just have Poison Ivy back there getting it. Anyways, like the Batman, why I say it was like realistic. It was as if it was taking place somewhat now.
Yes.
somewhat, right? Almost like honestly after like the first 6 months of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, right? And I mean, the car alone tells you it's not all like gimmicky.
Yeah.
It was an old muscle car tricked out.
Mm-hmm.
The mansion, the manor, Wayne Manor, is like realistic looking home.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Batman Begins and all that stuff, like that was pretty realistic too in a way,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I think
What
the
got
thing that did put this kind of over that in the realism was there was no like League of Assassins.
and the Riddler, huh?
Yeah. And because when you think about it, but also how the Riddler was executed, he was just one of these like what's
People
the
we have
term?
now, dog. People we have
Yeah, no,
now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. What's the term? He
I don't
like
know what you're
just
looking for.
one of those kind of like keyboard warriors, but they're
Oh yes, yes, yeah,
but like
yeah.
the super
Internet
misogynistic
troll.
ones. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
basically kind of like an internet troll in that sense.
that
But
like
like,
was able to figure out how to really execute.
yeah, I'm trying to think of because there's an actual term for them.
I don't know.
But anyway, that's what he was. So it was
But yeah,
like that makes sense.
so like that to me would be something so cool with the Rangers. And
Mhm.
2017 doesn't get enough of that. Like I feel like credit because they were very much like that.
Oh, very grounded.
Yeah, like bro, like look at Rita and her freaking Goldar's really made out of people's gold.
Like, and I know that's the thing. People get like that's the thing a lot of people do hate on was how Goldar was. But when you look at it for that movie and what they were doing, I'm like, it makes sense. I understand it. Still not a big fan of it, but I get it. Because to me, it's like,
But it also makes
how are you
sense.
gonna do a monster of the week type thing in a movie? You can't, you
No,
know?
and the way she did it was like honestly, I mean, obviously it's not realistic, right? Like it's a monster.
Yeah.
But they did it the most I don't want to say simple, but like I feel like it was very creative.
Mhm.
Hey, we're taking everyone's gold, dude. So we're stealing from these people. We're
Yeah.
melting it and we're making my monster.
And the putties,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make these out of this. Like I feel like with her, they really did the witch thing, which was cool.
Yeah, dude, because like I feel like that part, like we never had Rita on the ground floor,
Yeah.
right? Like we never had that. So it was like all new. It's crazy. All these things looking back now and dissecting it, like there's way more credit given to that movie,
A lot
you
more
know?
credit to me.
But for this, I feel like right away I read that plot and I think
Hmm.
this is interesting. It's
Yeah.
different, right? Like it's different. Like you said, you don't know. You don't know until you see it if it's gonna be good, you know?
And that's the thing. You just gotta wait.
Yeah, bro. Like this is my thing to the fandom. If you listen to this right now, stop being a freaking hater, man.
Yeah.
Like, why are you gonna hate on something you supposedly love the most when it ain't even come out yet? Because it's not done your way. Why don't you go get a couple $1 billion and go make it happen? Oh wait, you
Hmm.
can't. So shut your damn mouth
Yep.
and start putting your money where your mouth is. Because guess what? The reason we haven't put our money where our mouth is why this damn franchise is the way it is right now.
Yeah.
Old school big dog. Believe that.
But
Um,
yeah.
what do you think about keep on Rangers? What do you think about all this craziness with Austin and St. John? You were real busy during this,
Yeah.
and we didn't get to talk about it a ton.
Yeah. This was literally, I think, what, like the week my grandpa died. So like last week
Yeah, and
or like
so
it
if
was
you notice, I never
a day or
text you
two
about
before.
it
No, 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 no.
because it's not important in the grand scheme of things of life. But
No. But like I tell people too, like I had a friend text me some stuff. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I know you're going through, but I just thought you like, no, dude, stuff like that's fine. Like it's a welcome distraction." Because I even found, bro, and I'll tell you like this: I haven't even able to talk to my mom about like Ranger stuff and like weird shit. Like I'm into about stuff, and she's like, "Oh, okay, why?" Takes your mind off things. But dude, I'll put it like this: when I heard him say that, I instantly flashed back to Charleston, South Carolina, in the aftermath, and the former president saying there's good people on both sides, very good people. And it's like, no, no, there's not. I don't see, and it's weird because I know that like when there are like wars and stuff, it kind of
Hmm.
there's advancements that come, and you're a history guy, you know that.
Hmm.
But I don't think you can take anything good from from Hitler.
Hitler is on a short list of people in history that no matter what they've done,
Mm-hmm.
don't get credit because they don't deserve it.
Yes.
What they did, obviously negatively,
Mm-hmm.
will forever far outweigh any grandiose idea, quote, thought they've ever had. Truth be
Mm-hmm.
told, when you hear the name Hitler, not even Adolf, Hitler, you most likely have a terrible feeling or a terrible inkling about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the backlash Austin St. John has received is no fault but his own.
Yep.
Now, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind interviewing him and asking him. And I would ask him, I would, because I don't care.
Oh, I know. I would too.
Yeah, and I would ask him from a historic point of view. Okay, he did all these, said this and that. That's great, but my man, like, he flipped the country on against his president at the time because he tried to make it like as if he's the reason that now we have to pay all
Mm-hmm.
the repercussions for World War One.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Honestly, he made me think a little bit indifferent. No offense to if we have any German listeners, made me think indifferent a little bit to your population. The fact that you believed him about a perfect race, yet he doesn't look like what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, we all colorblind? We're killing millions of people for no reason. Like, truth be told, like, it's arguable we don't even have a person that terrible in our own country's history. I think the only other man on the planet that's ever lived, the two other men, one is Genghis Khan, the other
Mm-hmm.
one is Joseph Stalin. Joseph
Yeah.
Stalin might have killed right
Stalin.
about the same amount.
Stalin was pretty.
He introduced the gulag, bud.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, and the reason Genghis Khan probably still doesn't get as much hate is because there's that rumor that certain amount of percentage of the planet has his DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
It's no, I know. And
Like,
yeah, it's
yeah,
just
like within our country, do we have beliefs of certain people being the worst? Of course, because they've done
mm-hmm.
acts against our own country. Why wouldn't we think that way? But in the grand scheme of the world,
Yeah.
Hitler is on a top 5 list that probably is like never going to be taken off.
Yeah. And to me, it's not even one of those things too, like where like we've had the discussion about like Chris Brown, right?
Yeah.
It has done horrible things. Incredibly
And,
talented.
and what's crazy is his horrible thing is some people's Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Cause like I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but like domestic violence happens all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, right?
Mhm.
But like he didn't kill a single person.
Yeah. And so what I'm getting at is that it's not like one of those things where it's like separate the artist from the art. It's not one of those at all.
Mm-mm.
This is just no, dude. There are certain people you do not look up to.
I feel like a closer one we have than even that, because the hard part of Chris Brown is that like that got forgotten about like a year later. The guy's had so many
Mm,
hits since then, bro. Like we can count them.
It, it has okay.
Think about it like this, and I know this isn't this kind of podcast. Chris Brown got more forgiveness than Morgan Wallen did. And Morgan Wallen didn't hit a single person. Chris Brown beat down a woman.
Yeah.
And he got more forgiveness than Morgan Wallen did. And more white people are mad about what Morgan Wallen did than black people. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No, no, but I don't think Chris hasn't been forgiven though. I think
What do we deem? What do we deem forgiveness?
I'll put it like this: he's still like, what was it? American Music Awards? What last year? He was supposed to do
Okay.
that Michael Jackson thing. They still cut him from that. Cut that
That's
whole
cool.
thing.
That's cool. Did it hurt his bank account?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did
But
Spotify
even no,
take him off?
but what I'm saying though is even when they mention his name because he still won an award for like best R&B, whatever, he's still getting booed. Kelly Rollins up in there like, we ain't doing that.
Who?
Kelly Rowland from
Oh.
Destiny's Child.
Oh, okay.
Because she's the one presenting it. No, but this is my thing though. He may have been like forgiven or if like we've moved on, but we're still not letting him get to back to where he was though.
I
We won't let him
mean,
get back to that.
so
So
when did what year did he hit her?
2009.
Okay. 2009. So in 2011 he went triple platinum.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then he's gone double platinum multiple times since then.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent double platinum was like 2017, 2019. I feel like he's forgiven. Like I feel like the rest of the world forgave him. Like I mean,
No,
I don't know, man. Like I
no,
don't know. Like I feel like
but that's but
you haven't forgiven him.
no, I have.
Look at
But
oh
I
man.
mean, what do I have to forgive him for? He didn't do it to me. But what
Oh,
I'm
I know,
saying
but
though
like I'm just
is,
saying, like I'm looking at all his stuff that
mm-hmm,
would tell me that he's not forgiven. And he's had hits that went 8 times platinum downloads. And
mm-hmm.
this is like that's insane, by the way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like, they're not gonna let him get back to where he was, though. He's not gonna
I
achieve that
know.
again.
I know what you're saying. What do you mean? He achieved it after.
No, no, but like his popular. Well, because that was because streaming and all that grew since then. From the time when he first came out to when that happened to now, there was that massive. Everything was going digital. Everyone's streaming. It
Yeah, I
got
mean, I don't know. I'm
easier.
just looking at even like a recent thing.
It
He
got
has
easier to
12
go
straight.
platinum off stuff like that.
All right, well, I'm just saying, dog.
But
He has 12
no,
straight top 10
no,
albums.
I'm not. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is that like he could still do all that and be that talented, and he's still he still sells
Yeah,
out
that's
arenas.
what I mean. I think we
But
just have different things
we're
of
not.
like being
But we're not
forgiven.
gonna let him get back to like we'll let you do this, but you won't get here again.
But
That's what I'm
what
saying.
was there? That's what I don't understand.
Oh, him being next Michael dog. Let's be real. He came
But
out.
see, do we want to be next Michael anymore now?
Well, he can't.
No, but do
And
we
I think
want
after
to? Is
that,
there anyone wanting to? We just watched
all the
Quiet on the Set. You know how this is now,
Damn.
bro. That's a whole nother episode.
What I will say about that. I'm glad you brought this up. I want to see, speaking of Austin St. John, because I want to
I'm Billy
see.
Fluco.
I
Oh
want.
yeah.
I want to see like a. You remember when they were making those like Lifetime movies of like Saved by the Bell and Full House, like
Yeah.
all those
Heck yeah, I do.
unauthorized biographies? Because
Dude,
this what
you just reminded me of those right now.
because it was like these were like this is what really was going down, bro. I want to see
Yeah.
that about Rangers because
Ooh.
it's very well documented. Austin St. John, Walter Emmanuel Jones, they used to have a house and it was party nonstop. They had the cops
Yeah.
called on them all the time for noise disturbances and all that. Cops would show up. Oh, dang, it's the Power Rangers. Oh, it's a guy, and just let go. I want to know that. I want a
And they're
movie like
still
I want to.
boys to this day.
Oh, I know. I know.
Like, they're still boys to this day, dude.
Hey, but it can't be that good of boys because how come Austin St. John, you ain't stopped Walter from making that god awful dance battle video? You know the one in that yellow tank top, like
How you gonna let him do that?
how you gonna let your friend do that? Friends don't let friends do videos like that.
Um,
Anyway,
Austin though, like it's such a trip too, because like he came out obviously and said, it didn't mean what he meant, right? But like you said, Marcus, there's certain things you can't just talk about, like or people you really can't like a pro wrestling one. I think is like Chris Benoit.
yeah.
Like man murdered his not only wife, but his little
Mm-hmm.
son is like 7 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then killed himself because he couldn't deal with the consequences. Like he's never gonna be
In the Hall of Fame.
or anything I mean,
No.
we can even
And
talk about like how great of a wrestler he was, but even that is like kind of gross.
it's like, yeah, he was good at this. Hey, well, guess what? With him, you just got to say, because let's be real, he did inspire other people, and people were like, yeah, I got this from him. I got this from him.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You just got to say you were inspired by the people that were inspired by him.
And it's tough because like
It,
even his former colleagues are like, yeah, dude, like he's like the greatest technical wrestler I've ever wrestled in my life.
mm-hmm,
But things are different. Like my matches with him will never be shown anymore.
mm-hmm,
And it's because of what he did, and it is what it is. But
mm-hmm.
like Austin, and Austin St. John, I think made a mistake. I I think sometimes too, sounds bad to say, but like people get too, I don't want to say comfortable, but besides even being comfortable, like know your fan base. Like uh the Ranger fan base, we've said before, can be pretty toxic. It's very
Mm-hmm.
judgmental, which is hilarious because it presents itself as this space for everyone, but it's not. It's only a space for everyone if you like the same stuff they do.
Like, which is like back to X-Men 97, like how all these people complain, oh, X-Men went woke. No, it's not. It's always been like this. Rangers are the same way. Rangers talking like all these fans talking about how like, they're all gonna be LGBTQ and all this. They're all gonna be gay and like women of color and all this. But that's been
But
Rangers.
and that's my thing. The only way you're let into that party is if you have the same viewpoints of them,
Mm-hmm.
which is not right because isn't it for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't have the same viewpoints on some
Yep.
things. So like that's where my point is always like, should he have said it? No. Should we allow him to be forgiven? Always.
Yeah.
Always. Like my favorite is like people literally trying to down him and say, Rocky's our Red Ranger. Dude, we met Rocky. The guy was freaking sick. He was awesome. Steve Cardenas is like the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Rocky was the second in command. And at the
Rocky
end of the
was the
day,
Red Ranger that it didn't matter that he was the Red Ranger. Let's be real.
yes, yes. And at the end of the day, and this is for all those weenie-fied, Cheeto eating, bonbon having. Yeah, that's right. You went back in time and got you a bonbon eating fans out there. Jason is the Red Ranger. Whether you like it or you don't like it, learn to love it. Because that thing's forever going today. There's nothing you can do. At the end of the day, like Marcus has said plenty of times, what do we see floating in that Macy's Day Parade?
Well, not anymore, but what
Well,
it
not
was
anymore,
for
but what
like
you did.
a good 5 to 6 years, it was the Mighty Morphin Red Power Ranger. And
When
who do
you
we
see that, who do
associate?
you think of
Jason.
all day? Is what it is. Like, and I don't agree with what he did, by the way. Like,
No,
you don't, I know you didn't either. You don't agree with it. Like,
no.
neither one of us agree with it, but it's hard to deny that. Now, if the man is actually sorry about it, what are you gonna do? Be still pissed at him about it? What's he gotta do? Suck
No.
your toes for you to believe it? Like,
And
come
what if
on,
he
man.
doesn't actually like when he does it? Okay, he doesn't do it then. Okay, well then I'm not gonna do it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Marcus, like, okay, like,
I feel like that's also one of those things where it's like I think too, like you said, you got comfortable because that's definitely one of those things where it would be like you with your boys and you say some a little outlandish.
mhm.
You're like,
I
what?
do it all the time.
Oh, I know we do it all the time. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
Our boy Pete says some outrageous shit.
Oh yeah, 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 but you with the boys.
Exactly. And I think, but, and obviously, I guess playing devil's advocate, everyone, let's be real, everyone has fallen to that. You get a little too comfortable,
Oh yeah.
but still, but it's the thing. Is he actually going to go through with this though? And that's the thing. It's like he said it. I think he just got a little too comfortable,
Yeah.
had a bad lapse.
I think he thought he was being funny. I think he thought
Yeah.
like he was saying
Because he
something
tried to
that
be,
like,
because especially how he said, like, oh, he was like a demon on roids and whatever.
yeah, like he's trying to be like hilarious because on in the setting, by the way, like if you go back and watch the setting, he seemed pretty comfortable, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had gotten to know them and felt them. Honestly, kudos to them, right? They made
Yeah.
him feel comfy. They made him feel so comfy that he just started spewing stuff. I bet he regretted it. Why wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He got a lot of backlash from the people that helped like his cons and stuff, all the other fan word,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like,
Even Amy
hopefully.
Joe.
Oh, I know. She even said something.
She like, really, dude?
Yeah. Like, bro, we're trying to put out this comic right now, which she was old man.
Right. Which, by the way, I actually got
Oh wow, look at you.
Pickies Up in Chico. So this was the 30th anniversary one with like Tommy and Cat's wedding. And then this is her issue number 1 of the return. And then issue number 2 just dropped. So when I go back to Chico next week, hopefully they got issue number 2.
Did you read
I
it?
haven't read them yet. Playing through this
No.
weekend, but
Nice.
be interesting.
Yeah, you have to share with how it is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. You got anything else?
No, dog. I'll just say this, like, you
Forget
know.
Chris Brown. And you know what?
um,
You are low key right because ain't nothing topping. Hey, your man on the floor. If he ain't,
I
let
don't
me
know, dude.
know.
Wall to wall,
It's okay.
and kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss. I've never downloaded Wall to Wall. I
Ooh,
didn't
we
like
should
it.
love it. Well, Wall to Wall's blown up again because it's on TikTok and everybody doing the dance.
Oh, I'm okay. Now I'm gonna have to join in.
Hey, I'm gonna
I'll do
say this
kiss.
though.
Hey, we'll do the kiss, kiss though. Shame all that love it, love it. How
Kiss,
fun was
kiss.
that on top of the bus?
Get in with me.
Dude, every time like he comes in, like bus, like getting in, I'm like, heck yeah, dog.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll say this. Bobby Brown, perfect example. Someone did some horrible stuff, never got back to that level, still successful in music. I mean, selling off his other stuff, but we're not letting him get back to where he was. And now that he's older, guess what? We'll let him get back there, but we know damn well he can't make it there. Anyway.
I mean, he ain't sounding like he sounds
Oh
rough,
no,
bro.
dude. He
Let me have some spinach. Like,
but no, on the real though, thank you. Thank the fans. You know, it's been a long time, but we back. So you know, try to get back on this regular degula on the cycle of things.
degula.
You know, because we rolling and you know, talking about Power Rangers, it's a great thing. So
I dig it. And
so we back to action, dog.
back to action. Regular posts will be coming back. You got anything you need to plug or say?
No.
If you're in the Chico area, go watch my guy over here hosting.
Oh shoot, yeah.
The hostess with the mostest.
I got I knew you're right. I do got that. Couple weeks from now, about 3 weeks from today, I'll be speaking at the English College Graduate Symposium, ECGS. Your boy got selected, and I think I'm getting published too.
So hey, just a heads up. If anyone's in Chico out there, y'all can meet up with him. Y'all can have some dim sum together and talk about Rangers, you know. As for me, you can find me on social medias, my other podcast, my sports podcast at Swishes Hits and Kicks Pod. It's on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. We still got to figure out, Marcus, what we're gonna do with those YouTube subscribers because we're over what we've said.
Oh yeah.
We gotta pick a winner. But yeah, go follow me there. Check me out. Listen to sports. Hear about Love Is Blind. Because I talk about Love Is Blind on there. I mean, it is what it is, dog. I like it. I gotta talk about it. Love is tight. Love is gangster. Love is blind, but love is here. We are Rangers of the Grig, dog. And you know what? Normally we get it with them grocery bag, but today we Audi 5000 grocery bag.
Yeah.